Yes, yes. Salutations, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. I hope that you enjoyed my interview with my first double feature interview with our guy and Javen Gerard. I hope that you've gotten as many gems you could out of that interview. So I really am pleased to have my next guest up. She is the owner of Shoetique, BeYou Shoetique. It is online, so I have to make sure that I put my bra on again so I can present to you another person that is Black owned business entrepreneur. And I am looking forward to her sharing her journey with us, as well as her humble beginnings, because I always have to get into that because it's always a lead up to what is becoming someone. So I'm looking forward to having that conversation with Queen Nay of BeYou Shoetique. Here we go. And here she is, Miss Queen May, BeYou Shoetique. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
Yes. So thank you again for being here.
of course, I'm
Yeah.
glad we're able to get our schedules aligned. Definitely looking forward to chatting with you tonight. Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, absolutely. So, I've always, like I said before, always want to go into the humble beginners because it always had to be a beginning. I
Mhm.
never want to start in the middle, got to start in the beginning. So, so I just want to know, were you born and raised here in Atlanta?
No, I'm actually in Florida right now. I lived in Atlanta for some years, but
Oh, you
I'm
in
born and
Florida?
raised. Yeah, I'm born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. That's where I'm originally from. And then
Ah,
stayed in Atlanta for some
okay.
time, and I'm in Florida now. So I recently relocated here. So I'm enjoying the Sunshine State. I do miss Atlanta. I will say that.
Nice, nice. And and a side note, I just want to make sure that you knew that I went to New Orleans this past October for my birthday and I had a time of my life. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to going back. Yes, yeah. So, I just wanted to put that out there, but
Absolutely.
yeah, okay. But so in New Orleans, Louisiana, did you grow up in a two-parent household, single parent, siblings, cousins, how was your upbringing like?
I'm actually an only child.
Really?
I am. Yes, I am an
Wow.
only child.
Yeah, so how was that? Because I know with being the only child, a
Mhm.
lot of people get this conception that being the only child. I was the only child up until I was 13 years old.
Yeah.
So, I know some people might feel like, I mean, of course, you're going to have to kind of develop your ability to build social skills, probably like through dolls or imaginary friends. But a lot of people get the misconception that, because you're the only child, you got to be spoiled, you're selfish, you don't know anything about it, you don't have any interpersonal skills at all. So, I mean, what was that like for you, being this only child?
Actually, the opposite. I'm an only child from my mom and dad, and my mother, she's an only child as well. But ironically, I have a lot of friends that I grew up with, and luckily, I'm super blessed to still have the same childhood friends with us living even other states. So even though I was only child, it didn't feel like it because my friends were always at my house for days, weeks, and months.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah.
Today and not months.
Months. The summer, months. Yeah,
Like, oh, are you still here? Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Okay.
enjoying it though.
So let me ask you this, Nay. I'm curious about something
Yeah.
um, being like I said, I was the only child until I was 13 years old. And I mean, people have their thing to say about me being weird and all that stuff. But I've always been socially awkward. And so a
Oh,
lot of people misconceive that as being
mhm.
like weird or
Yeah.
slow or just delayed.
Mhm.
But did you ever have that stage where you socially awkward at all, or you just always
I've always been a social butterfly.
okay?
Always. Since a
Okay.
little girl.
Okay, but that's good though. I'm so glad that being just because you're only child, you still was able to socialize because you had people at your house for months at a time. So that was so that worked well for you.
Correct.
So, but so you had both parents in the home, correct? You said you had both parents in the
Um,
home.
I was actually raised by my grandparents. My mom and my dad, they worked like overnight. So I was raised by my grandmother and my grandfather. Since I was like pretty much three all the way up to I graduated from high school. So I was raised in the household with them. My
Wow.
parents both was very active. They just worked overnight usually. So they were very active in my life. It was literally like I had four parents and I loved every minute of it.
Okay, so all right, so I'm going back to that when you said that your parents worked at nights, and so and a
Mhm.
lot of and I think we all a lot of people have that in common when they was raised by their grandparents for different reasons,
Mhm.
different situations. But did that take away from you knowing that your parents were still there? They couldn't be as present because of their scheduling, but did you have were you ever assured of the fact that your parents were still um here to provide for you and not neglect you or any way, but they had to provide for you despite the fact that they couldn't be as present, but you knew that they loved you.
Yeah, I will say I definitely never felt neglected. I felt literally like I just had four parents. When they wasn't working, I was always with them. It was just that I was in the home with my grandparents. They were retired at 48 and 49. So pretty much when I was
Good.
born, they were there every step of the way. I was their world pretty much. I was there every day, something to do for them to get into and be active with me, I would say, day to day.
Okay, when you say okay, so speaking of being active, I want to get more into that because I want to know what was you being active like as a child? What did you like to do for fun?
I was in sports. I played volleyball and I played basketball.
Hmm.
For volleyball for 5 years, basketball for about six.
Oh,
So
okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so he's very athletic. So you did you take that with you? Because I always like to go into this is where I go into elementary and junior high school because I want to know those pivotal points, and I always enjoy the conversations that I've had, in regards to growing up, and being in elementary school and junior high school, and what that experience is like because we don't talk about that. We just go,
absolutely.
yeah. So I want to know more about that.
I was at the same school from seventh grade to 12th grade. I actually
What is
went to an
oh,
all-girl school, an all-girl Catholic school, which is
wow.
St. Mary's Academy. And our school is definitely well known. A lot of women come from that school, do very, very well in life. And it was really good for me to have that experience. I wouldn't have traded for the world. Yeah.
So okay, so all girls school, 7th to the 12th grade. Did you feel I mean, I know that did you were you one of those girls that used to sneak away and be curious about what the guys were doing, because that had to be some type because it's always going to be some restrictions when you in that type of setup, a Catholic school like that?
Not really. I didn't. I mean, I because I played like sports and stuff when I came home, I still had people like on my block that I would play like basketball with, like girls and boys. And like my neighbors, we just kind of grew up together and played sports together outside. But no, not really. No.
No, you're
No.
not okay. Because okay, I don't know, Queen Nay, because I mean, you're at the age. That's a pivotal. Like that is an impressionable time
Uh-huh.
between that time because you spend junior high. I mean, well, you said elementary, junior high, and well, high school too, because yeah, at the same school,
Correct.
Catholic school.
Uh-huh.
Because everything's so structured.
Mhm.
So I don't know if I believe you when you say that you wasn't curious. You didn't have any sense of, urgency to do bad, not bad things, but rebel a little bit.
I don't know. I have to be very transparent, and I'm not saying this, but like my parents and my grandparents, I was really a good child growing up. I was a person like if someone says the stove is hot, I'm not gonna go touch it to see if it's hot. I kind of
Oh,
step back and learn from other people's mistakes, and that's
mm,
kind of how I always lived my life. I never wanted to find out the hard way. Other people's mistakes kind of helped me not make the mistakes, and
yeah,
I've always
okay.
been like that my whole life.
Okay, makes sense. Okay. Oh, you one of those. Okay, you one of those.
Yeah,
Okay,
I want to know.
because I don't know why. We as dumb folks, we just like, what? I have to find out for myself. I gotta find out. Yeah, yeah. And then you get burnt. Yeah, yeah. Okay, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was a smart move, Queen A. Smart move. Okay. So, all right. So now, did you because I know you mentioned that you got into the sports. So
Mhm.
and you did that in school as well.
Yes.
Now, what else did you what else was you able to absorb, in the school at that time? Your experience. You said it was a great experience, but how
Mhm.
were your grades? Like, did you have any particular teachers that you look up to? Like, you
Yeah,
know,
absolutely. My basketball coach, which was Mr. Haywood, he definitely instilled a lot of values in me to that I still use to this day. One of the things is me saying, I would say in shape and making sure that I work out consistently. I haven't played
mm,
sports in decades, but I consistently work out 4 to 5 days a week. And it's just a lot of things that I learned being on a basketball team and as far as discipline, accomplishing things, completing things to the end. And not really giving up. And I've had those things instilled into me from middle school all the way up until now. So I would definitely say yes. My high school basketball coach, Coach Haywood.
oh, nice. Well, shout out to Coach Haywood. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's really nice. So I'm glad. Well, I thank you for sharing those experiences with me.
Mhm.
Because like I said, I do appreciate when when people come on and they share those things because it just really kind of gives you more. It makes you understand the person that they are now, or it just kind of gives you a better understanding.
Mhm.
For, to see where you were and how is it going for you now. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So once you finished school, you graduated, and where did you go right from after graduation from high school?
I went to Alabama State University.
Oh, okay. All
Yes.
right.
Mhm.
Oh, at ASU. Okay.
Yes, you. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay. So did you live on campus?
I was on campus for about 1 year.
Oh, 1 year. What
Yeah.
made you decide to make the switch? What made you make the switch?
Um, I don't know. I just wanted my own space. During that time, Hurricane Katrina had hit in New Orleans, and my family had moved to
Mhm.
Alabama, where I was located. And so that was really the main reason, just having more space. That's it. Really, I enjoyed it. I think everyone that go to college is a good experience. Some people like to stay the whole time. For me, 1 year was enough. And I enjoyed my roommate, and that was it.
Mhm. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, duly noted. Now, at that time in college, did you find yourself having a bit more freedom to explore not just the aspects of academics alone, but just exploring more of your social life? Did you get into dating at that time? Like, did that help you be more free to explore more things during your college career?
My freshman year, I was able, it was a different city, but you got to remember, I come from a larger city, which is New Orleans, and then Alabama State is like in the country, not really the
Yes,
country because
it
it's
is.
a city now. They're up. They definitely. I just recently left homecoming, and I'm like, oh my god, this is not the city that I went to college in. So
Mhm.
I guess for me coming from a large city, and coming to Alabama, it just wasn't like, oh my God, this is a good place to be at. It just wasn't like that. I
Right.
just really, I went to school. I didn't do any sports in college because I messed up my knee. And then
Mhm.
I just was very ambitious to get into school and get out. I was always very book smart, but I never wanted to go to college. I just went for my grandparents. So I was
Oh.
like, let me go in here, get my work done, give them this degree, and I can move on with my life. And that was pretty much it.
Oh, wow. Okay. A lot of people have that same experience as far as going to college to please their families. Were you the first person to graduate from college? That's what it is? Were you the first person in your family?
Absolutely. Hmm.
Yeah, that's what that exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So now let me ask you this. Did you ever at some point feel any type of resentment towards, your grandparents for, having that? Okay. You
Because
know,
they sacrificed so much for me. It was like it's 4 years. Just get in, get out, don't hang around. Some people go to school, they're in there 4, 5, 6, 7 years. That wasn't me. I was
right, right, yeah.
very
Right. What
so
did you study?
I don't have any regrets. And I met so many people at in college. It was an amazing experience, I haven't, meeting college friends that I'm still friends with till this date.
Nice,
Oh, wow.
nice.
Mhm.
What was your What was your major? What did you your degree is in what?
Public relations, radio, TV, broadcasting as well. Hmm.
Now, where did you want to go with that? Because I know you also a media personality as well, correct?
So at first, then I was like, I want to go ahead on and do radio. So, like, I did radio. I would like do like the traffic reports and things like that. That's what I did because I always had a different type of voice. When people hear my voice, they kind of know it was me. So that's that was kind of like, okay, I may want to do radio. So yeah.
Okay. Oh, so now is that something you want? That's your desire to do? Is like be in the media circuit? Like, what is it? Okay, let me ask you this. Like, during the time that you went to school, you have your degree in public relations.
Mhm.
What was your ultimate goal with that? Like, where did you want to go with that?
So, it's crazy. When people grow up, you have like this vision of what you want to be when you grow up.
Right.
Unfortunately, I never had that vision. My vision was I want to be successful and I want to make money and I want it to be, I want to make, I want
Yes.
to have a successful career and I want to do things the right way.
You
Whatever
tell
that
yeah.
is, I'm open to it. So like I said, I did like radio. I didn't like getting up early in the morning. So then I was like, maybe I'll be good at writing, maybe doing articles and stuff like that. So that was actually one of my first jobs right out of college, writing. And
Oh, okay. Writing for who? Writing for what? Right? Writing for who?
like articles for magazines and for artists, like doing their bios and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I wound up getting an internship my senior year for Slip and Slide Records, and
Mhm.
I worked with them my senior year, and then a little bit right out of school. And so that's what I did. I was like a publicist. I would do like do people's bios, articles, reply back to like
Mhm.
news that may be out, things of that sort. Hmm.
Okay, so now, because because we're definitely gonna get more into your shoutique, but I just want to know like what other jobs did you have as well? Because you said you had the slip aside writing job. Like what other jobs did you have as far as your field?
So after I got out of college, I moved to Miami literally the next week. Um,
Wow.
yeah, so I moved the next week. Like I graduated, let's say a Saturday, Friday, I was in Miami looking for work. so
Mm-mm.
so yeah, so I went straight to Slip and Slide Records because I had interned with them. Like I said, did a little work with them, and then I got into like marketing for different companies, like different businesses, and I did that for like a couple months. But I was like, you know what, this I don't know if I want to do this because I wasn't making enough money. Everybody knows Miami's like a big city and it's costly to live there. And when I was in college, I was like a servant, a bartender, so I was used to making really good money. And I'm like,
Right.
I graduated college and they want to give me this little bit of money. This doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, but you know what? How it is though, Queen A, when it comes to like when you fresh out of college, they're going to use that to their advantage. You know how that goes. Like, oh
Exactly.
yeah,
Well,
oh, fresh meat. Oh, yeah, okay, that's cheap labor for you right there. Okay, there we go.
yeah. And so I learned that quickly. That wasn't going to be for me. I'm like, no, absolutely not. So after about 3 to 4 months, I realized it wasn't going to work for me. And then I'll never forget, I was in Starbucks on Miami near South Beach, and they had an older guy, and he said, "You look tired." I said, "Sir, I am." He says, "You know what? Go to school, get your health insurance license, and you will
Mm,
never work hard another day in your life." And little
mm.
did I know that I would be in that industry for 10 years before I branched off to the shoe industry.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know about. Okay, so all it took was a man that you randomly met at Starbucks
Mhm.
advised you to do go into the health insurance.
Correct.
So well, okay, so how long did it take for you to get your licensure in that?
The man told me this. I went online to Google. I remember I found like a company I went in to do an interview for like 2 days later. It was my birthday. And the guy's like, "Have you ever did it?" I'm like, "I've never got I don't have my insurance license. I've never sold anything, but it's my birthday and I need this job." And he says, "Well, come in and I'll pay for you to get your license." It was maybe like a company of like 20 people. And it was
Wow.
right on the spot. And that was it. And I never turned back. I quit my corporate job, left my
Oh,
401k, went to sales, and I never turned back for a decade.
Wow, that is amazing. Because I mean, that isn't that's the thing I tell you that is like, destined. I mean, what are your beliefs? By the way, let me ask you that. What are your beliefs? I wanna make sure I respect that.
I'm Christian.
Okay. Now I want to make sure okay. I just want to make sure I establish that first. Because I was saying that is, that is, pre- ah, anointed by God. That's what I want to say. So that's why I want to,
It was
yeah.
because it changed my life, definitely.
Yeah, it absolutely did. So let me ask you, because not everyone is cut out to do sales because it's commission, is it mostly commission based, right? When you do insurance?
Absolutely. And you would think that I was scared. I was living in Miami. I had no family, no friends. I remember I think I had 1 month's friend in my savings account. And when I left home from New Orleans, my grandparents was like, if you have to come back home, come back, but don't come back here. And so I was just like, I gotta make it. I gotta figure it out. And I just leaped out on faith and I did extremely well, like from day one.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So let
Um,
me ask you this, because this is
mhm,
like I said, now this is fascinating me now. So
mhm.
now, so when you get into that field, so how long did it take for you to profit from it? Because like I said, when you get into that type of field, it's never easy in the beginning. It's not just just like that. You build a clientele, you build financial wealth, like financial security. It doesn't happen overnight. So can you just give the audience like some bullet points of how you yourself was able to um, kind of build that, kind of build a career in that.
I hate to say it didn't happen overnight, but it did happen overnight. By my second year, I believe I was 23. I had already started hitting six figures at that point.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe I
Oh,
was 23, 24. It was my second year selling on the phones. And it was that was it. Yeah.
so what was your approach? Because everyone have their own pitch, their own approach to a
Mhm.
successfully selling insurance. What is your approach? Like what advice would you give, and what is your approach towards getting that person to commit?
I haven't sold insurance in years because obviously it's an industry you get in and you get out.
Mm,
Because sales can be a bet. I would say you just have to be personable. People have to like you. They have to trust you. They have to feel you don't just want their money. But you're doing what's best for them. That's my advice. If you can make someone feel that you are there for them and helping them make the best decision, you will be fine. You will be able to sell. My quote now, you will be able to sell snow boots in the summer.
mhm, yeah, because like I said, some people have it, some people don't. So that's why I want to kind of get your take on your approach and how you were able to succeed in that. Because like I said, that market, when it comes to insurance, it's very competitive. Because like, but because customers going to wonder like, why should we, commit to your company? Like, why should like what makes you stand out, among all the other competitors? What makes you stand out among the competitors?
Yeah, when I was in the industry then in sales, it was nowhere near like it is now. A lot of laws have changed and things like that. So then, it was very profitable. Obviously, the industry has drastically changed, which is like I said, I gave it a good 9 year run. I've been out of the industry for, like out of sales for some time. And so, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so, do you, even though I know you've been out of the, field for some time now, but do you still keep yourself abreast to what is current, when it comes to that field?
Absolutely. Anything
Yeah.
related to insurance, like I deal with where people call me all the time. I deal with it daily with people calling and asking me questions. Just anything that they may, want reassurance about all the time. So yeah,
Mm, yeah.
absolutely.
Alright, so once you said you delved into the insurance field for 10 years, and so, what did you do after that point? Like, after that point, what did you, get into? You made all your money,
Uh,
and let me ask you this because I know you, let me go back real quick because you said that, at the time that you started out,
mhm.
you said you barely had, the first month's rent and, it was kinda rough for you. So
Why
once
do
you
I don't have to go back home? That was my only prayer.
yeah.
Please.
Right. Yeah, so now, I'm curious about this because what do you recall when you first started, getting
Mhm,
profit from the
mhm,
insurance.
mhm.
What did you do? What's the first thing you bought? Like, what did you
Well,
start
I'm
doing?
just transparent. I learned early on, but it did take me a few years. Obviously, when I first got my first year or two, I was buying the Rolexes, I was buying the Christian Louboutins, the Giuseppe's, I was at Bell Harbor. Every week, that was the thing. For like the
Yeah.
first couple years. And then when I realized, I'm not going to be able to do this forever, I immediately started to get into investing and things
Yes.
like that. I was
Yes.
very early. It didn't take me past, maybe 3 years, 2, 3 years. A lot of people, it take them a lot longer. But for me, after about 2 to 3 years, I was like, I have all the shoes, the bags, all that. Okay, now what's next?
Right. Yeah, because you got to the point, it's like, okay, now I gotta really start doing some important things here because this ain't gonna last forever. You can't.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you gotta, okay, so you have to make some wise choices. All right. So I'm glad you did that. So okay, so going back to what I wanted to know about, once you left that field, what was next for you?
So I would say this was probably during COVID. Is when I started to say, hey, I want to do shoes. Um,
Why?
yeah, because I was dealing with things and people like it was people looking for like wedding shoes and things like that. And all the shoes you have to compromise. They're either going to be a low heel, and they're going to be not appealing and not so cute, or they're going to
Mhm.
be gorgeous and they're going to be hurting your feet. And so I start asking like all my friends like where they were getting shoes from. And everybody was like, yeah, you're gonna hurt. If they're cute, they're gonna hurt. And if you want comfort, they're not gonna be, so nice looking. So that's
Mm.
what branched me off to say, hey, I want to go ahead on and do shoes. And that's when I came up with the name. One of my friends, Iris, that I've known from like college, she was like, we came up with the name and it was like BeYou Shoetique. It had a ring and I just
Mhm.
went with it.
Yeah, so let me see what kind of shoe would I get. What kind of shoe would you get? What kind of shoe? Wait, come on, wait, hold on. Let me see. What kind of shoe should I get? I got a wide foot right here. See, there you go. What kind of shoe should I get, Dave? Like, at my foot.
All of my shoes are under 4 inches.
Okay.
They're
Yeah.
all under 4 inches. My theme is cute, comfortable, and classy.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. So what kind of shoe should I get? I got a wide foot. As you can see, I got a wide flat foot. So what kind of shoe should I
So
get?
the good thing to say, well, I would say, is are you there?
Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah. The good thing that I would say is that when I first got in the industry, I was reselling shoes. But within the past few years, I actually went to Europe and I met with a
Oh,
shoe designer, and I now actually make some of my shoes as well. Like I
really?
actually create my styles. I can make certain shoes for certain calf muscle sizes or widths, etc.
Oh, wow. So when did you get into, okay, so you said you make your shoes. So you start off like maybe from like the material, like just building it up, like actually just like making it
Like
from
from
scratch.
yeah, scratch. So
Okay.
when I went to Europe, I met with the company that actually like make the shoe. How I start off is I kind of start off with like fabrics, deciding on if I want to do like excuse me, if I want to do something like let's say if I want to do leather or if I want to pick a shoe that's maybe a little bit more stretchier. I kind of pick fabric or if the material, I should say. And then when I start from there, I start sketching how I want the boot to look. I
But how
then
did you
Mhm.
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
Yeah, I was
no.
gonna, yeah, I was gonna ask you, how did you learn how to make a shoe? Like how did that come? How did you learn to do that?
I knew there had to be a way. I'm like people if I'm reselling shoes, there has to be some place that I can get the shoe made. And a lot of people was telling me to go to like China and stuff. But like there's a difference sometimes between a business and a brand. So I was like, I don't really know. I went to Europe for vacation, and when I went there, I just kind of told them my vision, and it was like, hey, if you like want to start drawing out what you want your shoe to look like, we can work with you and we can bring it to vision. And that's kind of how it started.
Wow, that is amazing. So now, Like so I'm on right now. I'm on the Shootique website, you guys. So make sure you check it out. Her information is going to be in my description box. So I'm just just shopping and if you want to order from BeYou Shoetique, here it is. Now what out of these shoes that I'm looking at, did you make any of these?
You should be able, there should be on the first homepage, it should say custom. Or if you go on the homepage, it should be maybe the first or second boot. I actually brought a pair, yep, you can stroll underneath. And you see the second boot that's right there in the middle? Yes, that one. That is my new release boot. I actually brought it here.
Oh.
I'll show you the boot up close and personal. I just actually received these about a week and a half ago, so I'm super excited to release them.
And you see that just I'm looking at the prices, they're pretty affordable.
Mhm.
So they have a wide range of boots, heels, sandals, slides, um, all that good stuff. I didn't see anything for my wide foot yet, but I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna explore once I continue to explore.
I'm
But
sure I have something there for you.
yeah, so and also she got some brooches here, different
Yes.
designs right
Mhm.
here. Some brooches.
Yes.
And yeah, those are pretty.
Mhm.
And what else do you have here, Nay? What else
I
do you have?
also, in addition to this, I also do bridal parties. A lot of people, they get married, they need shoes for their bridal parties. And so I will either find a shoe that them and their party will like to wear, or I can even make the shoe for them.
Nice, nice. Oh, and that's see, that's another that's kind of like a side hustle right there. It's like a hustle within a hustle because you saying that you're able to make
Yeah.
shoes for bridal parties, and so that right there is a in a business within itself. You
Absolutely.
know,
Last year,
yeah.
I did a bit of weddings. I'm excited about this year coming up as well. If someone's getting married, I'll pick the shoe. Well, I'll work with them to pick a shoe for their bridal party. And then they also get like flags so that they can wear to the reception when they dance. So they get two pairs, each person in the bridal party. So, yeah.
Okay, so have you thought about other than shoes? Have you thought about branching out into selling other merchandise?
No, only shoes.
Only
Like I
okay.
said, I make the boots. I've recently created my first actual wedding shoe, and then I also created a men's fashion sneaker.
Oh, nice.
You were just
That's
looking at it, the red and black ones. That's a men's fashion sneaker.
oh, that's a man. Oh, okay, okay, okay. And so, like, okay, as far as the men's, are you looking to expand on the men's shoes as well? Going to have more variety for men as well?
90% of my business is the women, 90 to 95, but I've had men. The reason I made a custom sneaker for them, because with men, I know I had to make a really good shoe for them because men are very particular about their shoes, right? So people would come up to me and say, "Hey, you only sell shoes for women?" And I'm like, maybe I could just expand things. And that's what made me roll out to create the first men's fashion sneaker. I will create another fashion sneaker probably sometime this year. I'll probably do a solid color for those that's not into bright colors like red and things like that. So I'm excited to do that as well.
Okay, good. I know, and yeah, I like that for you. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, what about children's? Have you thought about like children's shoes as well?
I haven't. I have not.
There, you should. You should.
I
Yeah,
have not thought about
yeah,
this.
yeah. Because that would be so dope. Because a lot of parents obsess more about children's shoes than the children do. You know how that goes. But yes, yeah, I think that'd be nice.
I agree. I agree. That's the only section I haven't gotten into yet. The
Okay,
only little lane I haven't gotten into is kids. It's kids yet.
okay. Well, something to consider. I know it takes time. It's not going to be overnight, but it's something to consider. Yeah, yeah. So can you also like being a business owner and you do this is considered e-commerce? Is it e-commerce, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so can you give us more of the process of okay, you decided to like can you just kind of give us some cliff notes of how you build it from the ground up? Like you decided that you wanted to you knew what you wanted to sell, you knew what the product you wanted,
Mhm.
building up the can you give us some ideas about building your website,
Mhm.
putting your merchandise out there,
Mhm.
um get, like the business plan, or can you just kind of give us again some bullet points of how you build up this business?
Yeah, so first I got my website created, like I said, around COVID time. And then I had to start to look for wholesale locations that sell shoes. Obviously, as you know, when you first start, I went through a few couple bad batches of vendors that I was like, I'm not doing business with them.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you lose money the first year because I'm very big on providing quality. So if
Hmm.
I get a product and I'm not okay with it, I'll just not put it out and just get rid of it, then sell it and have my name on it, or put it out as a product for my company. So I say the first year I went through that, and by maybe year two, 2.5, I've been in business about 5.5 years now. So maybe about 2.5 years, I had got all the vendors in place that I knew had quality. So I did that, narrowed that down to my set vendors. And then from there, I started wholesaling to storefronts as well.
Mm,
I
okay.
built that, I wholesale to probably about maybe 8 to 10 storefronts for shoes and about 20 storefronts for brooches. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I
Okay.
became a wholesaler to others, for others as well. Because I would get things in bulk. Most people may buy like something like buy brooches 50 or 100. I would get maybe 10,000, for example. So
Mhm.
instead of them having to order and pay so much for shipping, they would purchase from me because they
Right.
didn't have to wait so long to get their orders, and it was coming in 2 days, and it was actually less than them having to order somewhere else because they were getting a smaller quantity. So I started wholesaling, I want to say in 2022, and that has been extremely successful. Extremely successful.
Oh, okay. Oh, that is a smart business move right there. Being able that, because the quantity does matter, because you, like you said, you paying so much for shipping, and or you have to wait. Okay, because sometimes they be like, oh well, we don't have this in stock right now, or we don't have this yet, so we gotta wait. So yeah, but okay, let me ask you that, because how do you know how much of an item to get? Because you don't want to get too many of the same thing, and it's not selling.
Well, I didn't know my first year or two. By the time I was in year two, 2.5, I kind of got a feel of what was a good product or a good item, whether it's a shoe or a brooch, and went from there. I would kind of go to big company sites, like maybe, Eldo or like Steve Madden, and see if it's like a style they have, see if people were buying it from them. And then that's when I would kind of know that would be a good style. But I don't want to say I stick with styles because I have gotten so versatile now where I have people that order from me international, like Germany, Italy, where I don't just have one set of clientele. I have people from different ages, races, different countries. Like I don't just sell to one category of people. So I don't always just go with what's hot with this group of people, I should say. I
Oh,
go with
okay.
what is common and different companies for different companies. That's why I'll check out. Maybe I'll go to Macy's. I might go to Aldo. I may go to a Steve Madden, and then just see from all these different sites what's a popular or stylish shoe, because those sites or those companies are going to have customers from all different places from everywhere.
Okay, and that's good. I'm glad that you have that international market. That is big. So that really makes a difference. Yeah. So but let me ask you, as far as the shipping, do you drop ship, or like do you do or your own shipping, like, or you do your own packaging?
I refuse to do drop shipping. People
Okay.
have tried to have me do drop shipping for years. It's like, this is my baby. This is my brand. I have to touch, see, and feel it before I send it off.
Okay.
I don't know if I will ever be okay with that. I don't know.
Right. And also it saves, money as well, because
No,
you're gonna pay a whole nother, and it's like you don't have to pay a middleman, so to speak. All
absolutely.
right.
You just have to have a great support system to help you. That's it.
Right. Absolutely. And so other than the Shoutique, as I know that you're doing well with that, but do you have any other ventures that you're into as of right now?
I'm also into real estate. I do investment in real estate as well. And that's really it. Like shoes are my passion. I'm so
Mm,
grateful that I am in an industry that I love. I always tell people when you get into an industry, don't do it because people say, oh, this is what's going good right now. Get into something that you love because you're going to have good days, bad days, great days, and you need to be ready for the ride.
yeah, right. Because that's the thing, like a lot of times, especially when you are business for yourself, you got to be willing to do it for free. Like if you love it that much, you gotta be willing because that's gonna have to happen too. You're gonna work for free for a while before
Yeah,
you really start to gain. So you have to love it. You have to kind of love what you do. So yeah, so I'm glad you mentioned that. So let me ask, like you have so much business savvy and you've been in business and you're about your business, but are you about your personal life? Do you have a personal life? Do you have a family? Do do you enjoy
absolutely.
certain other leisure things?
Yeah, absolutely. I am engaged. I just got engaged 5 months ago.
Oh, congratulations. Oh,
Thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, I just got
oh,
engaged.
oh,
Yeah,
congrats.
I have a really good supportive partner. That's why I moved from Georgia to
Oh,
America. So yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm engaged, and then I have a stepdaughter. She's super sweet. Her
Oh.
birthday actually next week. She'll be 13. So yeah, yeah.
So what is that like? That experience like being a stepmother. Do you want children of your own?
I'm thinking, yeah, it's possible.
Oh, you don't seem too sure.
Some days, yes. Some days, it's
Right. I guess you're like, look, let me just see how this thing let me see how this marriage thing works out first. Like I guess she's like, look, ask me again another couple of years and then maybe I might be certain then. Yeah, because
yeah,
I think it's a good idea though, especially if you fresh into your engagement and you
yeah.
want to enjoy the marriage first. And plus you want to also like, you said that you have a bonus daughter, so you want to kind of get a feel into what you're getting into and see if you want to expand that more. So I understand that.
Yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
open for either side. I always tell my fiance, I'm like, it's whatever you want. I'm really open. I'm open. I wasn't open for years. I always say many years no, but that's why I guess it's all about the person that you're with. Because, I met someone and I'm like, sure. So
Like, okay, what the hey? Yes. So what are some of the things you enjoy doing? Traveling,
yeah,
like what are some of the things?
I've been to over 20 countries. Love
Nice.
to cook.
Wow.
I love to cook, obviously, because I'm from New Orleans.
Right.
I love to work out. I work out at least, 3, 4 times plus a week. And I
Mm.
like to travel, like to go to church. And that's really that. Yeah, that's my day to day. I have an amazing support system. I have, like I told you previously, my friends. I have about 7, 8 girlfriends that I've been friends with for over 20 plus years. And those are my sisters. So, that's it. And then, being an only child to my mom and my dad, those are my best friends. I talk to them almost every day. So that's pretty much my day to day. Yeah.
So how do you balance it? How do you balance it? The work-life balance. What does that look like for you?
I will say that I am extremely organized.
Okay.
I have to have a schedule, a system, every week. If you don't have a system and you don't have a scheduling, and for me, I have to write everything down. Like, I don't want to say every hour of my day is like written in stone, but it pretty much is. I'm extremely organized, because also in addition to this, I mentor a lot of different people in life for things that they may need to do or support other people with their businesses. So for me, you just have to be organized. So I will say I have a really good balance with life, as far as work, um, you know, business, the other businesses that I'm in, like I said, real estate, things like that. So just be organized. If you don't have that, you will being a business owner, you will be all over the place. I know so many
Mhm.
people are all over the place. They have no structure. And for me,
Right.
I can't live like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, okay, but no, that's the key thing, organization and um just um just being able to use time management too. As a lot of people don't they lack that time management and get some rest, y'all. I need that. We don't rest enough. We take rest for granted. I always say that. No, we need to rest.
Yeah, I try to get my rest. I will say, I was just telling my fiance not too long ago, when you're with a person and you're kind of like at peace, I've been getting the most rest I've probably gotten in like 15 years of my life, the past
Mm.
couple years. I do prioritize my rest and also my health because health is
Yeah.
wealth.
Oh, yes. You better. Yeah. Please scream that to people in the back. Yes, absolutely. You have to take your health very seriously, especially as you get older. You don't know your body as well as you think you do. Please see a doctor. See a
Absolutely, absolutely.
yeah. So yeah, so I'm gonna have a little fun with you, Queen A. I like to, kind of, have that balance between, having, come on and and speak on certain things, and then I'll have a little fun. So I'm gonna do a little bit of this or that.
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
Yeah, so here we go. So I'm gonna just bring up some random stuff, and you have to choose one or the other. You can't plead the fifth. You can't say both. You have to answer, one or the other. Don't worry. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I'm not
Absolutely.
gonna
I
get too
always
hard
like
on
to have my
you.
questions. I always like to have my questions ahead of time, so I'm prepared. When I don't,
Yes.
I'm like,
No,
oh
that's
my
what's the fun
god,
in
what
that.
did you ask
What's
me?
the fun in
No.
that? I mean, you can't. This is not something you take notes on. Nate, stop it, Nate. This ain't something you take notes on. This what you pay for. What's the fun in that?
Okay. Ready?
Okay. All right. You ready?
Uh,
Okay. Heels or wedges?
Skills.
Lace front or weave?
Late front.
Okay, I'm not sure if you're familiar with these artists, but
Mm-hmm.
um, Raheem Devon or Dwelle.
Raheem.
Uh, oh, okay. And so, Ashford and Simpson or Renee and Angela.
Renee and Angela.
um, Term life or whole life. I always wondered about that term.
Whole life.
And, really quickly, why?
Because
Just
you
real
don't know
quick.
how long you're gonna live. If you get a term policy and you outlive it, what you gonna do? You know? You gotta hope and pray you can extend it. Whole life is you can live for 100 years old. You can live to be 100.
Okay, now I just want to hear from you. I want it to come out your mouth.
Yes.
That's why. Okay, so um, okay, this is like two songs I'm going to give to you.
Okay.
Um, all right, so and it's like these are club jams. So I'm gonna try to sing. I'm trying to sing a little bit of it so you'll be familiar with it. But follow me, follow me. You got to follow me.
This
Right,
one.
that one or um set it off on the left, y'all set it off on the right. That
Okay.
one? This
Yes.
one? Oh, okay, so she picked Set It Off by Strife. Okay. All right. That's the name of the group. Okay. She said that one. All right. So when it comes to a man's physique, do you
Uh-huh.
like, you like the strong, like the arms of a man
I
or the
love
chest of a
a
man?
masculine built man.
Yeah,
I
so you like the arms of a man or the chest of the arms?
both
No, no, no! You can't choose both.
the arms. If I
Yeah,
have to,
yeah, but yeah, you said you love that, just you said the succulents. Oh my God, she said the succulents. All right, so I want to try to give you a real juicy one.
okay,
Oh, okay, crawfish or oysters?
crawfish.
Okay, um, let me see. I want to get you good. I like to stun some people. I like to stun some people. I like to stun them. I want to get you good. I want to get you real good. Yeah. Yeah, because you giving these out too easily. It's coming too easily for you. So I gotta do something better. Okay. Okay, got it. TLC or Destiny's Child?
TLC.
Oh, okay. All right. See, okay. One second, Queen Nate. I gotta block somebody real quick. Cause see, now I gotta block somebody. They being
No
disrespectful.
worries.
Yeah, they being disrespectful. All right. So one more. Glasses or contacts?
Contacts.
All right, thank you so much for playing with me. That was good. You did well. Yeah, you didn't, you didn't slip up. You just like you just
I
came
was
with it. Yeah, you was like, you see? No, you had to write anything down. There was no preparation involved.
Mhm.
You just gave what it needed to give. All right.
Really?
Yeah, so now these are the last two questions that I asked before we wrap up. And
Okay.
so and I enjoy the answers that I receive. So I'm looking forward to yours. So all right. So if you have the opportunity to have five people at the seat of your table, who would they be and why? Dead or alive? Who would they be or why and why?
Like people that I know personally.
It could be anyone, dead or alive. Bless you.
5 people at the table.
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, I would have picked my fiance and my stepdaughter, and then I would pick my mom, my
Wait,
dad.
I'm sorry. I need why for each person.
Oh,
I know that be obvious, but I need the why.
because
Okay.
I will pick those 4 people because I'm very big on family.
But I understand that, but I need the why for each person. Like,
Okay.
okay, you say your fiance. Why your fiance?
Um, because I love
Yeah,
him.
and your stepdaughter.
Because I love her, and she has to be. We're 3 peas in a pod.
Okay. So your fiance, stepdaughter, and who else did you say?
My mom,
And who and why?
because that's my best friend.
Okay, that's why. That's what we need the why. Okay, so go you need two more.
My dad,
Okay,
because my dad is like the most coolest, laid back person in the world. I can hang out with him forever.
okay,
And then
okay.
and then my stepdad because he's super funny.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, you have a stepdad too. Okay. All right. See, that wasn't too bad.
I have no more people. I ran out of people because I want
Yeah,
to ask my stepmom, but can I ask
yeah.
her? No,
That it could change
five.
tomorrow. That's it. Just a five. Just five. I'm
Okay, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I'm
I'm sorry,
sorry.
Lauren.
But it could change tomorrow. These are just for now. Those are your five
Thank
people for
you.
now. Now, the next one thing is who will get the big piece of chicken and why?
The big piece of chicken and why I would say my mother because she loves to eat.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now, this is like I said. This is another question. This final question I take from the late James Lipton from Inside the Actor Studio. So, Queen May, when
Mhm.
you enter into the pearly gates, what would you want God to say?
I would want him to say, "Come join your grandfather."
Oh, I love that. That's nice. Yeah, thank you so much for that. And also, I just want to ask, also real
Yes.
quickly, what is next for you?
So what's next for me is, as I stated, I just created my own custom bag for this winter.
Okay, good, nice.
Yes, these, and then also I have these that I created, and then I also created a darker color. I'm going to show you these as well for people that's not big into colors. This is
Check
like
it
a
out.
dark,
Yeah.
brownish color chocolate. So what's next for me is continue to expand my business. I'm looking forward within the next year or so doing some fashion shows, and you'll see me at the top because
Oh,
I'm
yes,
going to be your next big shoe designer that you will see. And I just thank
yes,
everybody for the support.
yes. And if you when you do have that shoe design collection,
Yes.
what it would be called?
So all my custom shoes, I named them all after my friends. So all the ones that you see with the names, they're named after friends, family members, people that I have encounters with, that I maybe meet, that I build friendships with. So all my shoes are named after people that I personally.
Oh, that is so cool. But what would you like? What would your name like? What would name of the collection over would be like?
It's called all my custom shoes are called the collection is BeYou Shoetique Luxury.
Luxury. Okay. All right. And so let me ask you at this stage in your life right now, and just kind of knowing what you gave me in regards to your personal life, in regards to your business,
Mhm.
how content are you?
I'm
Honestly.
I'm never content. I told someone the other day, I feel like I've accomplished so much at my age, because I'm obviously not telling that, but I've accomplished
Right.
so much at my age, and I'm still young. And I'm like, I did so much in such a short period of time. I can't wait to see what the next 10 years is in store for me. I'm so excited to do that and to see the next chapter. I'm glad I got started early in my career, and then I'm just excited for the next year, the next 10 years, to see where I go. I feel like I'm just getting started. I have so many things that I know I'm going to accomplish, especially in this industry. And the sky is the limit, as my grandfather always say.
Yes, and we are here for you to watch your growth, and I'm just so grateful that you allow me the opportunity to kind of be a part of that journey with you. Yeah, I really appreciate that. So, and also keep me in mind, Queen A, like when you want to promote anything or any other reason, other purpose. I mean,
Oh,
just
thank
know that
you.
yes,
Thank you
yes,
so,
it's
so
definitely
much. It was such a pleasure meeting with you. Thank you for
yes.
having me. I'm glad you reached out. And I hope your podcast, everything that you're doing is great. Keep doing that. And
Thank
I wish you nothing but continued success in 2026. And thanks
you.
for having me.
Thank you so much. And don't forget, I want that bar, the plumber,
I got you. I,
the hairstylist, and I need the pet groomer, and yeah, I guess.
I got you. Everyone does it. I know everyone that does everything out here. I'm gonna see. I got you.
All right, thank you so much, Queen A. Ladies and gentlemen, Queen A, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Yes, God bless you. Yes, thank you so much. Shout out to Queen A, BeYou Shoetique. Make sure you check her out. I'm gonna have all the information in my description box, and it was such a pleasure to have her. She's very straightforward, and I like that. She's straightforward to the point. She gave you what you needed without being winded about it. So I do appreciate that, and I appreciate all of you that came into the chat respectfully. Came into the chat. Those who watched from the bushes. Shout out to all those who catch the replay of this. I really appreciate all the support. And make sure you do this. Do what my friend Calvin Michaels would say.
Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, you gotta like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, I like that.
You like the content,
Yes,
share,
I
and
like that.
subscribe. Oh, you got to like, share, and subscribe.